full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the impending game between the Washington Redskins Washington football team and the Los Angeles Chargers. This
Superchargers
and much, much more. There and John. Yo, 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 yo. What's
Dude,
up, John?
I'm so pumped. Oh, what's up, Aaron?
Excellent.
Dude, I'm so much more pumped than you are for this season, as usual.
Impossible.
No, it's not. And we're going up against the San Diego Superchargers in Los Angeles. It's the San Diego Superchargers of Los Angeles is who we're going up against.
Like the Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles.
I'm so pumped for this game. All right. First,
Dude. We are what 11:02 right now. We are 2 hours away. Give or take a minute.
Hour and 58.
I'm so pumped. Well, I don't know. It might start at 1:05.
I'm pumped.
You know what I'm saying?
You know who else is pumped? Will in Maryland. You know who else is
Will
pumped?
in Maryland.
Shanny, X Factor, David Herzing, Kenny Ken in Canada, Sean N, Sean the Sixth, the injury specialist. Speaking of injuries, we have one to discuss on this podcast as we prepare our pre-gaming selves. The major news from the week after it looked like Curtis Samuel, aka the new Paul Richardson, was heading towards playing this week. He had a setback.
Yes.
Was he induced?
He had a setback this week when he couldn't go, I think on, was it Wednesday or Thursday?
So. Yeah.
And he got placed on the temporary IR. So I guess he's kind of week to week. How long do you have to stay on that temporary IR? I don't know the rules anymore. They keep changing things.
They do keep changing. I was checking that out actually earlier this week, and I want to say it's 6 games, but it might be 3. I really don't know.
Okay, so he's out at least 3 games is what we're thinking.
Maybe 6.
Which means
7.
Today we're going to either have Diami Brown number 2 or
Diami.
Chapel Hill's own number 2, either step up or Cam Sims.
Or Cam Sims, dude. You forgot. White Lightning.
Humphrey? We haven't even seen him play because he's too cool for school, man.
He's too cool for school, and apparently he's worked with Fitzmagic before. So he's just like Fitzmagic's like, oh yeah, we're good, we're cool. You know, big beard. Yeah, we're cool.
One point that I wanted to look at here.
Yeah.
Which I thought was odd, and I mentioned it on Discord earlier in this week. All of our receivers are now, their numbers are in the teens.
Yeah, that's going to throw old people like us off a little bit watching that, you know. I mean, we saw a little bit in preseason with Diami Brown, we're number 2. But a lot of guys changed up. I don't even know exactly what number everyone is at this point anymore. Because, I mean...
I got the roster up. I can let you know. Dude, I swear I'm getting old. I used to know like every player on our team and their numbers, and then most players on other teams. Now I'm like, wait, what's his number again? I swear to you.
It's because we're getting old. DeAndre Carter is number 1. He's like the first number 1 I've seen on our team since, I think, Reggie Roby.
Dude, we have players number 1 through 5.
We have players number 1 through 5, including Tressway, Heineke, Hopkins. Yeah, DeAndre Carter is number 1. Diami Brown.
Number 2, of course, fitting.
Number 2.
Cam Sims switched from, I think, 89 or something to 11.
89 to 11. I thought 89 was a good number for him because he's a big guy. 11 is usually a number for like skinny people like me.
Yeah.
You can't have a big broad number, like 2 big broad numbers on here, like 81. you know, that works out just well enough for skinnier people like me. But like big people, like they need like 65 and stuff like that, you know, 72. Yeah. Skinny people need like Adam Humphries. He probably should be wearing number 11.
He's wearing number 13. Unlucky 13. And then McLaurin, of course, is 17. And that's all of them, right? That's all of our receivers. So basically, it makes it easier for old people like us because now we know if someone in the 80s catches it, it's one of our tight ends. So
I'm looking to see if there's anyone else. Dax Milne, if he's active today, will be 89.
Oh, will he? Oh, I thought he had switched down too, but maybe not. Okay. So Dax Milne is still in the 80s. I swear he was in the lower numbers. Maybe he switched to 89 when Cam switched. Because he was a low number, and he was like, forget that. I'm getting myself a classic number.
And Curtis Samuel's wearing number 10.
Yeah. And speaking of jersey numbers, well, Curtis Samuel's on IR, so he's not going to be wearing anything but street clothes today. But anyway, speaking of jersey numbers, Bobby Mitchell this week against the Giants, I believe, is they're going to retire his number officially this week.
Oh, I thought they already did that last year.
Well, maybe they're having the ceremony for it. I don't know. I saw something about it.
Well, that's cool. Probably a better ceremony because everything was such a
COVID
debacle last year.
Yeah. So, am I wrong, or still our only officially retired jerseys is Slingin' Sammy and Bobby Mitchell, right? Now Bobby Mitchell. Is those the only two? Or is
Bobby Mitchell needs it. Yeah. That's our only two official. I mean, obviously, as you guys who are watching us on our YouTube channel, on our Discord channel, you can see that I've got my 81 jersey for Art Monk. You got your 28 jersey for Daryl Green. These numbers are not going to be worn by another player ever.
Yeah, I want to point out something about this little ritual every game day morning when I have to decide which jersey number I'm going with. I usually go with the jersey, either offense or defense, of who I think needs the most power for that game. They need extra power.
Right. Yep.
Today I went with the defense. Daryl Green is representing because I think our defense needs to come out and dominate these first few games in order for our offense to click. Because our offense is
they haven't played.
They haven't played. Our defense just needs to dominate, especially against this Justin Herbert dude who pretty much lit it up last year as a rookie.
Well, yeah. Out of all the quarterbacks drafted last year, he is definitely by far the best. I mean, we saw what we did to Joe Burrow.
Yeah, and on the flip side, I'm sure that's why you went with the offensive jersey today.
Absolutely.
Because they need the power.
Still got my thank you troops sticker on here because I haven't watched this in like 5 years. No, well, longer than that.
You haven't washed your shirt in 5 years?
I've only worn it during the games.
At the stadium, and you got like mustard stains on it and nacho stains.
I watched it after I found those out when I went to work like 10 years ago and found the mustard ketchup stains on the front. But I mean, dude, it's I mean, look at it. The numbers are like ketchup and mustard. I don't know why it looks like I'm like dripping water there, but
that's true. Let's see. The stupid Discord chat still isn't fixed. Object happens to be Kitty Ken 21. Welcome to the
Kitty Ken.
He probably doesn't even know that we're actually live right now. He's probably just in the peanut gallery, just like.
No, you know, you might be right.
You never know.
I'm glad to see her. I mean, we're T-minus less than 2 hours. Get pumped.
Dude, I'm already super duper pumped. I guess pretty soon here we should be seeing the inactives. What do you think about? One concern I have going into today is our rookie Sam Cosmi is going to be up against one of the Bosa brothers.
Oh yeah, that could be a problem, couldn't it?
So he's got to hold his own. I almost wore my Trey Johnson jersey in order to give him some power, but. And you called it correctly. I see Eric Flowers is listed on the depth chart as the starting guard. It's between him and the remaining Schweitzer brother, Wes Schweitzer himself.
Well, I think Wes Martin got cut. The other Schweitzer brother got cut.
Oh yeah, the other Wes Martin is cut. I don't even know if anyone picked him up. Is he on our practice squad? I have no idea.
Maybe. Hold on. Going back to the roster. We have our rosters up. He is back on the practice squad.
Okay, so basically everyone that we cut ended up clearing waivers, right? With the exception of Jimmy Moreland, who cleared waivers the first time, but then after his injury designation or something, someone else picked him up.
Yeah, someone else picked him up, and somebody got your favorite running back, Peyton Barber.
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
Dude, he's not my favorite. Although I did hear it, I think I brought this up last week. I had heard an interesting stat from Al Galdi that said that like something like 21 out of 28 times that we needed 3 yards or less for a first down on third down, he got it 21 out of 28, which is pretty good, I guess. What, 2/3 of the time?
75% of the time. 21 out of 28.
I mean, but my point is, we got dudes like Haas's, like Reyes, and like for those plays, why not just bring in a tight end and let him run it? They're huge.
That's what I mean. When you have a tight end, when you have like a linebacker or a tight end size guy who can do that, like what's the coach of Tennessee Titans who played with the Patriots? He scored like a handful of touchdowns for them, and he was a linebacker.
Jeff Fisher. Is he still a coach?
Nope.
So it shows how much I pay attention, dude. Like, who's the coach of this team?
Like 2 years, dude.
The coach of the team we're playing today was the defensive coordinator for the Rams leading into today.
Was he?
That's what I heard on the radio. So I don't know. We need the offense to pull it together and show something more than they showed in preseason if we're going to win, which is why I think the defense just needs to start off strong and just dominate. We just need to dominate. And they need to not get overly excited like they tend to do in these beginning games and like let them gash us up the middle on the runs because they're so like flying past the play. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I think it's a good segue into who is it that you want to see in this game? Which player or players are people that you're really going to be intent on? Because I'm going to be watching Jamin Davis, number one.
Yeah, that was a good segue because that's what's gonna prevent that gashing up the middle is him and Deron Payne and who's our other
Jonathan Allen,
Ioannidis. Those guys can't get overly aggressive towards the quarterback and bypass the run. So anyway,
well, I mean, how many times over the last how many years do we see those guys doing it? But like the linebackers can't plug the gaps and stop the run, or they let the tight end go down for 20 yards and they don't cover it.
Yeah. We need those dudes to show up today. Being that we still only have 4 linebackers, is that right? No, we have 5.
We have 5 because we brought David Mayo back, but that's still a spot that we really need to add to because I can't remember where that guy from Seattle, he got cut, and I think he signed with the Raiders too.
Yeah. And with Landon Collins playing strong safety, if he's back, this is going to be interesting to watch because if he's back to somewhat of the form he was, well, basically when he was for the Giants, then we're going to be solid. We're going to be solid if he can,
really
get up in there and wreak some havoc. Have we seen the inactives? No, I was waiting for
Not
that.
yet.
I don't want this to be a super long podcast because I know people need to get to their tailgating and to their respective pregame rituals. And when I want to get
5 and no inactives yet. It's still a little bit early. We usually get them like an hour and a half or so, but so we might get to them. But yeah, like you were saying, we need a pregame.
Yeah, on the offense though, so we talked about the defense, what we need to see happen. Mainly linebackers.
Jamin Davis.
Yeah. I also want to see how Benjamin St. Juice plays.
Oh yeah, I want to see how William Jackson III plays. See, because I mean, we haven't really seen him do anything.
Yeah. But we're pretty solid. Like, remember in the last few years, especially at cornerback, we're like, we're pretty weak. We've got a nice defensive line, but now we're like solid all the way around on the defense on paper. So we need them
except
to
for John Bostic.
Yeah, except for him.
Except for outside linebackers, but we'll see what these guys do this time around, and if Jamin gives us a solid foundation right in the middle, we'll see.
Dude, which one of our tight ends do you predict is going to be inactive?
Probably Reyes for the first few weeks, I'd imagine.
Yeah, that's what I would think too.
I mean, I know you wanted to, you were thinking about cutting him but everything, but I mean,
Seals,
Ricky Seals,
yeah,
is I mean, he's a veteran. He's been out there for a bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. They'll probably keep.
But I figure
Reyes
we'll have a lot of Logan Thomas, maybe a little Ricky Seals-Jones. We might get some John Bates in there today, maybe.
Helping out. Someone's gonna have to stay in and help Cosme. I'm pretty sure, dude.
Yeah, definitely. When you got a Bosa coming at you, gotta look out for them Bosas.
I also don't know how good this Charles Leno Jr. guy is. Because why did he get cut if he was so good for the Bears?
He was a free agent, dude. He was a free agent.
Oh, I thought he got cut. They just didn't re-sign him.
They just didn't re-sign him. And he was by far their best offensive lineman last year.
Oh, okay.
But,
Well, we need, But anyway, I'm not doing my precarious predictions for the season anymore because it gets long and drawn out and people get bored. So I'm going to do it per game.
That sounds like a plan.
I need some precarious prediction music. I'll just use this for today.
Da, 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 da.
And now, Aaron's
The O-line report.
We've recycled that music so many times. And now, Aaron's precarious prediction for the day. I think the defense is going to come out strong, hold the Chargers to 3-and-out on the first 3 series. Meanwhile, the offense will be getting their feet under them, and at the end of the first quarter, we're going to be up 3-0. We would be up 6-0, but Dustin Hopkins is going to miss one of the 2 field goals. So 3-0 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, I believe the Chargers are going to put together a little bit of something until we can make adjustments, and they're going to kick a field goal. But we're going to break through with a down the field pass to DME Brown in the second quarter. We'll go up 10 to 3 at the half. And then when we come back, it's going to be all Washington. We're going to, the defense will make the adjustments, shut down the Chargers' high-powered offense. And we're going to end this game. My prediction, it's going to be 23-6. 23-6 will be the score.
Boom, 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 boom. I'm ready. 23-6.
John is pumped.
I am pumped, dude. Yeah.
John's pumped. You know who else is pumped? Kenny Ken is at the bar right now. It's 11:19. He's a little bit late. So anyway,
dude, it might be 10:19 where he is. I'm not sure.
So did you hear my prediction? 23-6.
23-6. Yep.
That's it. We'll see. Kenny Ken is putting his prediction in at 30-26. That's a high-powered.
30-26.
Washington. That's a high power. A lot of scoring in that game. So
that is true.
And he's saying that's going to be on 10 Dustin Hopkins field goals. Just kidding. Shannon Nova Scotia's in the Discord chat. I see he's getting pumped.
What's up, Chan?
He's ready to watch it at home. Most people are like, "What's football?" No, they have the Canadian League.
Canadian.
Come on, we saw the.
They have Rouges. They have 1-point plays.
I saw the Elks last week playing up against the
Oh, that's who changed their name.
The Rough Riders.
Aren't there 2 different teams that have been named the Rough Riders?
I don't know.
Like, how many times does like Lifestyles have to sponsor teams in the Canadian Football League? They just make them change their name all the time. I don't get it.
The Rough Riders, the Eskimo, sponsored by Lifestyles. He says not in here in Nova Scotia. There is a town that Josh visited in Nova Scotia. Remember that on the podcast a while back? She Shat Shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. She Shat Shit. I don't know if that was in Nova Scotia though. I've been to Halifax before. It was a nice town.
Oh, I thought it was in Nova Scotia. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I think it's probably a little bit more up north.
He's an hour ahead of us over there.
Yeah,
12,
dude,
19.
they're on a different time scheme for people there. So I guess Kenny Ken's right on the same area as us. But those guys, I mean, that's why when you take a flight from New York to London, the flight goes like in a big arc, like up that way, because it's closer that way. If you fly straight across, like
you mean
looking at a globe.
What are you talking about? The Earth's flat, dude. It's not less. It's not. It's not less distance around.
It's not distant around.
Look, Chin in Nova Scotia says the same thing. Come on, man. Anyone who's ever flown in a plane, even just a commercial plane, knows that the Earth is not flat. You can just look out and see.
Yeah. I mean, there's what a lot of people like to talk about with football and the sports is like, that's cool. You're saying A, B, or C. I'm using the eyeball test, and when you're flying on a plane, you can use your eyeballs and tell that the world is curving.
Yeah,
it's not a straight line.
Anyway,
it's weird.
Chin in Nova Scotia is pumped for the game.
Yeah, he is. As well, he should be.
Shanny was on here earlier. Taylor Heinegoat. His prediction is 100-7 Washington. We let them score in garbage time.
I like that.
I don't think this defense is letting anyone score if they can keep a shutout. That's their pride on the line. But anyway, unless we pull all of our starters and we have people in there like Troy Apke, and Troy Apke gets burnt in garbage time, that makes sense. How's he on the squad?
What was the article I read the other day? I'm gonna look in the post right now. I hope I find it.
At least he's only third string backup for one of the cornerback positions. That's it.
From Sam Fortier at the Washington Post, he has a headline that is titled "Troy Apke on fans, special teams, and being called Jason Sehorn."
Oh yeah, because they said he was like the first white cornerback in like 20 years.
Which
I find hard to believe.
I guess for like starters.
I guess. I didn't realize
starter
that.
With us.
Yeah, he's not starting, so that doesn't even count. Jason Sehorn was good. Jason Sehorn was actually good.
He was good for like 3 years. He was really good.
Yeah.
And then he dropped like as soon as he started doing commercials, his career just went.
Troy Apke.
It might have been an injury too, but.
Hey, look, Jonathan78 is in the chat room. Week 1 of our undefeated season. He's getting pumped.
Yeah.
27-13.
All right, that's an old school score as well.
It's close to mine. 23-6. You know, I want to know. I want to talk about a little bit the game from Thursday night.
Oh, you mean
the Cowboys?
Dallas?
Their defense is horrible, but Dak looked like 10 times better than I expected him to look coming back from that injury. I gotta say.
You always hate Dak. I think he's actually.
I just said he looked good coming back after that injury. His leg was dangling there. I thought it would take him a little bit of time to get into the form that he was in on his first game back, like 10 months later.
Well, unlike Alex Smith, whose leg twisted and broke, his leg just went whoop, it just snapped, bam.
It was like,
well, it looked kind of like,
and he's like bending it back, and it's like,
yeah, he was like, I mean, after like 2 seconds, he was like, uh-oh, when that happened. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he's a pretty good quarterback. I still thought that we should have gone for him in the offseason. As I think that could have been like biggest justice of getting the Cowboys quarterback and making him play for the Redskins. Sorry, Washington football team at this point. And I just thought it would be perfect. I thought it would be perfect because he'd come here and he'd have all the position players coming in except for Curtis Samuel.
But dude, we have a rule: once a Cowboy, always a Cowboy. So you're gonna break that rule for Dak? For Dak?
Yeah, dude, he got drafted by the Cowboys. He didn't have to go back there. He got drafted by the Cowboys and won his second. When he finished, I guess his first contract, he could have gone to. There were 31 teams that would have signed him. But no,
but he decided that. So now he's on the do not draft list.
He is now.
Do not sign. Do not sign.
I don't cut every single one. Like DeMarcus Ware, when he was in his prime, I would have signed him. We got that Mason dude from them for a while ago. Probably, God, he was probably 15 years ago on our team.
Remember what was his name? Hatcher.
Jason, no, he should. Cut. Cut.
Get out of here, Cowboy. But yeah, the Cowboys, like, I mean, I know that game wouldn't have been anywhere close to what it was if the Bucs hadn't have fumbled like 5 times.
Yeah, really.
I mean, it was like Tom Brady was like, seriously, dudes, come on. It was pretty bad.
Brady's probably yelling at people. That's what he does.
Dude, that guy, you would see Leftwich call the play in, and Tom Brady's like, no. No. Like looking at him like, we're not doing that. We're doing this. And then Byron Leftwich is on the sideline like, okay, that's fine, Tom. Whatever you want. Why don't they just like pay Tom Brady to be the offensive coordinator and the quarterback at the same time, like a player coach type thing, and then use that? I mean, why did teams never do anything like this? Like, all right, they made like Tom,
him, and it's like Peyton Manning.
Yeah, but say they made him the offensive coordinator and the quarterback, then they could pay him like $1 million a year or whatever the veteran minimum is, and then pay him like $20 million a year as the coordinator. I don't think they have a limit on coordinators.
Oh, that's an interesting. I wonder if you could get that through by the NFL.
I don't know. I don't know the rules, but you would think that they could, because Leftwich is like a patsy puppet coordinator, because Tom obviously is calling the plays he wants. We saw it.
Is actually a pretty good coordinator.
Well, not when the quarterback is like undermining him and being like, "No, we're doing this."
Well, again, it's like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, maybe Drew Brees. Who else would you say that about? Because I think those two, maybe Drew Brees, could be offensive coordinators, I think, but it's a very, very small sample size.
Yeah. Shanny's in the chat room, 1028. He's out there in St. Louis. That's only like 4 hours for me. He's making breakfast and buffalo chicken dip for the game. Cheesesteaks at halftime.
Some taquitos.
Some cheesesteaks.
Cheesesteaks sound good.
Cheesesteak does sound good, but are you going to have time in the 15 minutes at halftime to make yourself some cheesesteaks? You're going to be cutting it close.
Maybe he has a television in his kitchen.
He may.
Maybe he has a smart screen.
Scott Galbraith. Why do I kind of remember that name? 97. Scott Galbraith from Dallas. Chen in Nova Scotia says. I don't really remember him. He must have sucked. He must have been like...
I don't remember
really
that guy at all. Scott Galbraith?
I don't either, dude. He does. Because he felt dirty having him on the team. Kind of like dudes like...
I mean, it's a few and far between, man. It is a few and far between to say that you could take anybody from that team.
The dude that I
Definitely.
felt... I was just going to say the dude that I felt dirtiest about having on the team and the most angry about was Deion Sanders, yep. Especially, remember there was like a game or two where they benched Darryl Green and put him in?
Yeah, and they moved Darryl Green to the nickelback.
No, I was like, Daryl's playing until he tells you he's not playing. That's
Yeah,
what Daryl's
really.
doing. That's what he's doing. And you're not putting this dude who can't I don't even want to get into it. I want to get into the future of this team. And today
Hey, is moving towards the future.
today is our first step towards championship.
I love you guys, man.
Speaking of, Will in Maryland will be hanging out with us 11-14 at the Bucks game. Hopefully you guys will make it there. We're going to hang out at the Hale BBQ before the game, as usual. And we're pretty pumped about that, seeing Tom Brady. I've never seen him play live, and to be able to see him in his last game in the NFL is going to be pretty special.
It'll be remarkable. It'll be
gonna be
really
pretty
cool to be
special.
like, man,
I
it's
saw
so
Tom's
cool to
last
see
game.
Tom Brady down there. Think about all the things he's done. The GOAT.
Accomplished. He's accomplished.
Multiple rings. Psh, psh.
Like, he can't even lift his hand to throw a football if he has them on because it weighs so much.
Man, I can't wait to see Chase Young just break him in half.
It's good. Wonderful.
No, but you know what Chase Young will do? He'll run up there and he's not going to break him in half.
Marvelous.
He wouldn't try to break him in half, though.
Dude.
He wouldn't try to break him in half. He would run up and swat the ball out of his hands.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun time. Very fun time that week.
Yeah.
And it's 2 days before my birthday, so if you guys show up, you can, help me celebrate my birthday.
It's music. Celebrate.
Gonna be even older.
Dude, what else do we have to talk about? Oh, we cut our backup kicker, Eddie Pinheiro.
Dude, we're to the point in the show where we're just getting like pumped for the game and punchy, and it doesn't matter. Let's go! Let's go! Who do we cut? Oh yeah, Eddie Pinata, who we had on the team. Pinheiro, what's his name? Pinheiro.
Eddie Pinheiro. He played for the Bill or for the Bears.
Pinheiro. C-Jack 17's in the house.
There he is. Let's go.
Let's go. He's gonna get knocked for having too many caps on Discord.
So it says that about people on Discord, and yet their messages still come up. Like Kenny King has stuff come up. He does stuff in all caps a lot. And it says you can't put this in all caps, but it's up there anyway.
I know. Dude, that's because I set the bot. You can have it do rules like kick them out or warn them. You can have it kick them out if they do it more than once, they can get kicked out. But my rule is just warn them.
And
So it doesn't.
That's
it's
it.
more
Just
like
warn them.
that's it. And you can't say certain words on there like Cowboys, and people always forget. But the funny thing is, dude, you and I can because we're in like the founders of the server, so we can do whatever we want. Oh man, C-Jack 17. I noticed someone said the C word. Anyway, yeah. Oh. So what were we about to say? Eddie Pinheiro, who got brought in as, I guess, competition for Dustin Hopkins, was let go from the practice squad, and in his stead, we signed a running back, right? Jonathan Williams, is that his name? Wasn't he a camp body this year?
He was.
And now he's on the practice squad?
He was on the practice squad, and I think he got cut.
For Pinheiro.
Maybe.
Oh, and didn't Jared Norris get promoted to the active roster today because of Samuel? We didn't talk about that.
It's not on the transaction sheet. But no, he did. He got elevated yesterday from the practice squad. You're right.
Yeah. So he's replacing Samuel for this week.
Yeah.
I'm not even that concerned about Samuel not being there. We haven't seen him at all. I mean, I'm sure he's good.
I mean, he's good. I mean, seeing him when he played with Carolina, but it's not like he's someone you would focus on.
Yeah.
Unless you're just like, man, we got to get that guy to help our team the next year.
Yeah. So I'm not
So
concerned.
offensively, who do you want to see most? The one person you really want to watch.
Dude, it's gonna have to be the quarterback. He needs to play well,
Yeah.
or else we're in for a long season. If he comes out there and starts dinking and dunking like Alex Smith, then I think we've got bigger issues, because that's telling me that it's the offense. Like, no one's
That's the
getting
offense.
open.
No one's getting open.
And it wasn't Alex Smith. The thing that gives me hope is that when Heineke finally came in at the end of last year, he wasn't dinking and dunking the whole game.
Yeah, and that's Fitzpatrick. That's not his way. He's all about being a gunslinger. That's what he does.
Yeah.
So
hopefully,
so
hopefully
you're thinking
he needs to play well, though. He doesn't need to be spectacular. He just needs to play well. Let our defense dominate. Get a few scores. Keep us in the game. Have the ball long enough. Here was another thing about last year. Our defense could have been so much better if the offense could actually sustain some drives, even if they didn't score, just so we're not playing the entire game.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking that watching some college football yesterday. It was Iowa versus Iowa State. In the second half, Iowa State just kept turning the ball over, and I was like, their defense is on the field the entire day.
Yeah.
At this point, like the first half they were even, but the second half their defense was on the field all the time because the offense couldn't do anything and kept turning it over.
Yep.
And that's exactly what you're saying.
Yep. We should be. We're within 90 minutes of kickoff, so we should have the inactives.
I just checked and it's not up yet.
Really?
Not up yet. Not on Redskins. Sorry, WashingtonFootball.com.
I've got inactives right here, dude.
Oh, what do you got?
Here they are. We've got Kyle Allen.
All right.
Sadiq Charles, which is interesting because he's a first backup for like multiple dudes, right?
He was playing in the fourth quarter of the third preseason game, so I don't know if he's really all that.
Okay, we called it on Samus Reyes.
Yeah.
So we nailed that one. Daryl Roberts, the cornerback Daryl Roberts, and your dog Shaka Tony.
Dang, man.
Wait, why do we only have 5 inactives and everyone else has 6? Oh, because we have one guy on IR? No. Why do we only have 5? I don't get it. Maybe someone does. Some of these other teams only have 5 too. And some have 6. Some have 7. I don't know. I guess we're only allowed to have 53, or not 53. We're only allowed to have 46.
Isn't it 50? Yeah.
46,
47. I don't know.
We'll
see if we can research and pontificate on this a little bit more this week.
Dude, we also need to look at our opponents to see who theirs are, and I don't see them listed yet, as of yet. I don't see the Chargers on here. Maybe their inactives haven't been posted yet.
Inactives, none. All right, let's see. On my
They gotta have some.
man, I guess he is included on the offense. I want to see what Dustin Hopkins is going to do in this game more than anybody else, because this game very well, like my prediction on this game is a lot more like 17-13, because I don't think either team is going to score all that much. So it really could come down to like a kicker missing a field goal,
which would probably be Dustin Hopkins.
Which would very well be him. And I mean, you guys know we've lost multiple games because he just couldn't hit field goals.
Yeah.
So we'll see. He got signed to a 2-year extension in the offseason.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that.
Yeah.
But that's special teams, though. I want to know who your offensive guy is.
Special teams, you only get to pick like one person out of 3. It's like 30% chance.
So my special teams guy is going to be Cheese Man. In his first NFL game, see if he does anything dumb.
Hold on, Cheese Man.
But you haven't said your offensive player.
All right, my offensive player is it's going to be De'Ami Brown. No, I have full confidence De'Ami Brown is ready to go.
Although he had a dropsy issue. Don't forget.
Yeah, a lot of receivers have issues with that on and off. The
They're
person
called
I really want
the
to see,
hands infected virus, HIV.
hands infected virus.
He didn't forget. He's got to remember his dicks. Sorry, dude. I keep messing with you. As long as De'Ami Brown remembers his Dick's gloves today, he should be in good shape.
Dick Sporting Goods.
His DSG gloves.
DSG gloves.
His Dick's gloves. All right.
I want to see Antonio Gibson.
Yeah.
Did we see him during preseason?
No, I don't.
Like
we
2
did.
plays?
But yeah, that's all I needed to see of him. That dude's good. Boy's
Yeah.
good.
We'll see. We'll see.
He's ready.
Don't forget, he had that turf toe issue last year. He did not have surgery on it. He rehabbed it. So I want to see what's going on with that.
I just realized, you know who else we might see today? Jarrett Patterson. He's active.
Yeah,
he went
all right.
Undrafted rookie, active first NFL game. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. And I mean, you want to have 3 running backs active for a game. You really do.
Yeah. And who's returning
So
our
it's him?
kicks? Him?
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they don't even know. But
Maybe we'll have to turn on the NBC Washington pregame with that music they've had forever that I can't stand anymore, that never resolves. It never resolves. What's up with the whistle too? Anyway, they might know who's going to be returning kicks. They may have, like, JP may have talked to Ron before the game.
We'll see. We've got like an hour and 20 minutes.
I'm also interested to see how full the stadium is.
Yeah. I wonder if it'll be sold out. We'll see.
I don't think so, because on Redskins.com right now you can still buy tickets, and we're only an hour before the game.
That's because everyone's at Hail BBQ at the pregame.
Heck yeah.
We're getting ready to do stuff at home.
Yeah. I expect Chen and Nova Scotia will take the trip down on 11/14 to meet us at Hail BBQ. I expect him to be there. Shanny's going to be there, flying in from St. Louis. Kenny Ken flying down from, where's he from? Toronto?
I'm not sure where he is. Saskatchewan.
Wait, is Saskatchewan the Rough Riders, or is Calgary?
There've been 2 Rough Riders, so that might be both of them.
Are they really both? Look it up. Saskatchewan. I thought they were the Rough Riders, but I thought Calgary was. Calgary Stampede. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Chen.
There you go.
I knew they had, like, horses involved. Calgary Stampede. That's the name of their team? I thought they were the Rough Riders and they just had, like, a famous stampede that happens there in the summers. But, or whatever it's called.
Know.
A rodeo.
Ken's from there.
A rodeo. I don't know. I'm not that into horses. Rodeos, stampedes, things like that. I thought isn't a stampede like when a bunch of, like, horses or cows get spooked and they, like, just tear out and go crazy and run everything
It's like
over?
the beginning. It's like that not beginning, but early on in the Lion King, when they have, like, the antelopes or whatever they were, the buffaloes, water buffaloes, and
oh yeah, and they stampede. And
they stampede, because they get frightened by the was it the hyenas frightened them or something?
Yeah. So why would you want to be named? Why would you want to name your team frightened animals? Basically, we're a group of frightened animals on a stampede.
Dude, because the frightened animals can kill you if they run you over.
Yeah, they can.
But wouldn't you rather be like I don't know, something other than animals running away?
Yeah, I know. I don't know, dude. Why?
Bring back the Rough Riders. Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Come on,
dude. I really don't understand this. I just looked over here on my Google search screen. You know, there's the plain Google screen, and under where you type into search, it says it has 6 dots. One of them says trusted online ... Then web store. And then here's where it gets interesting. The third little circle says liquid turd. The fourth one says poop with 8 O's in it. How does that get on my screen? What is that?
That's 100% your kids.
Like they added those somehow? Probably.
Somehow.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, speaking of, I think so. We've got that. We need to round this up. We need to round this out so we can go prep for the game, and so I can get this uploaded for people that might listen at the last minute, and because I'm too pumped to talk about this anymore. Let's go.
Yeah.
On that note, let's do it, guys. When we see you guys on Tuesday, prepping for our Thursday game,
right,
we will hopefully be 1-0 alone in first place in the division. Where, by the way, we didn't mention or rub in that Dallas right now is in last place.
Love it.
Anyway, everyone that was able to join us this morning, thanks for tuning in. Get pumped. We'll talk to you guys on Tuesday.
You know it.
Hail to the Redskins. And if you see a Cowboys fan,
Chioka!